you don't have to wait till Sunday for it to get started like we have the past few weeks, because on Thursday night, we have the Roar being newly restored in Detroit. The Lions, after their dominant defensive performance versus the Atlanta Falcons, march their roaring tails up to Green Bay versus a mixed identity. Don't really know who they are. Packers team. They are minus 1.5 point favorites on the road on Thursday Night Football after beating them 2 times in the regular season for the first time against Aaron Rodgers. What are your thoughts on this Thursday night game, and how hyped out of your mind are you?
I'm hyped out of my mind for a number of reasons. First of all, what did we see last week with the Lions? Oh, they have a defense this year. Well, that's different from the last few years, so that's a big sign. And then they went out, they traded TJ Hawkinson last trade deadline, and I was questioning, like, oh, are they really going to rely on Brock Wright? They said, nope, we're going to go after Sam Laporta in the draft, and he's been instantly a game changer for him. Amon-Ra, he's been balling for him as well. Jahmyr Gibbs starting to get some action as well. So I'm stoked for the Lions. And for the Packers, they had a big comeback against the Saints. These are 2 games that always have some really great games. And for me, as a history buff, the last 3 games they have won against the Packers, and I think that trend will continue again. 1.5 point favorites, I feel like, is a little disrespectful to the Lions, but I get it. The Packers, if we're looking at the bigger lens, historically, they do have their number. But this is a new Lions team. This is a new hurdle, and I got the Lions winning this game.
Yeah, so for the spread there, I'll completely destroy your argument, because it's actually saying they're 4.5 point favorites because the Packers, the home team, gets 3 points automatically with Vegas, and then you're going on the road after you're losing to Seattle. So I get why they think it's going to be a close game. They only scored 20 points versus the Atlanta Falcons, so this will probably be a 1 or 2 possession game there. And then for the Detroit Lions, you're going on the road against a Packers team that has really struggled to play a full, complete offensive game. You had the first one where you went out there and kicked the Chicago Bears' ass. That doesn't look very impressive anymore. And then you had a game where you should have won in Atlanta, end up letting that game slip away. And then the first half versus the New Orleans Saints, you give up a punt return for a touchdown there. And then your defense plays pretty well in that game containing the Saints. And then Derek Carr ends up going out, but Jordan Love is still missing guys. There's still open receivers that just aren't getting the ball in their hands when Jordan Love really should just be throwing strikes all over the field to these guys. But with the Detroit Lions, their defense stepped up. This is a division rival game, so Aiden Hutchinson will be hyped out of his mind for this one, and I think you'll see the Lions take another step forward where they really start to establish themselves as the de facto favorite to win the division. After this game, it's their second Thursday night football game so far this year. Congrats for getting some more primetime Lions. That's awesome, and then you get another mini bye.
Yeah, exactly. So as long as they can come out swinging on Thursday night, I know they have that short week, but I think that they can capitalize on this. The Packers team don't really have much of an identity yet on offense. We don't know the health of Christian Watson or Aaron Jones. So with that, I think the Lions should be able to contain Romeo Doubs and some other fellas, Luke Musgraves of the worlds, against this Packers team. And I'm not saying this is going to be a blowout, but I do think that the Lions will take care of business and win, I'd say, like 20-10.
Yeah, I think they can. Yeah, I would go like probably it's going to be around 24-20. I feel like is a good score for this game.
Yeah, I think it'll be close throughout, but Lions will prevail.
Yeah, and then this game too, like Jordan Love is probably going to have to string together a drive. So between Goff and Love, I definitely will take Goff there. And then I think Dan Campbell will have his guys ready to go in this game. So both going Lions in this one.
Yep, Lions roar, baby.
And then we fly across